Today on One Door Studios Update, satirical social media memes are on the rise because of a Facebook Insta disaster yesterday. Did it affect the calculated raise? Coming right up. Good day, everybody. Welcome to One Door Studios Update. So, what did Facebook do to calculate its raise? I don't know. Many of you know, or maybe you don't know, that yesterday, October 4th, Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp was down for several hours and throwing the whole system into turmoil. And even right now, Facebook ads are not working real well. And that's kind of been how we've been getting our word out there to, maybe that's even how you learned about this raise. Jason, most people who advertise on Facebook, do you know what they're looking for like a return on ad spend? For every dollar they spend, what they're hoping to get in sales or in return? Do you happen to know what it is?
Well, most people are happy with 2 to 1, right?
Yeah, two times. If they're bringing in 2 for every dollar, hey, that's all right. If bringing in 3, it's even better. 4x is really good. Right. But the trouble is with what we're doing, we need like a 10 or 11x, which is miraculous. And we've actually been doing that for a very long time.
We're spoiled.
What's that, John?
We're spoiled.
We're spoiled. And the reason why that needs to happen is because it's a $2 million raise, and over the course of the development phase, we have a burn rate, and we have a certain amount of dollars allotted for overhead, and we can't just be spending the money on marketing. To bring in a $500,000 to spend $250,000 to bring in $500,000 investment, that doesn't make any sense. So we really need like a 10 or 11 times return. So, and thankfully we've been getting that. So we've been spending the money very wisely. So here's what we want to do. We know that with 1,600 people on this team, certainly there has to be people out there who may be in charge of groups or have newsletters or Facebook group or some social media reach that we're unaware of. So here's what we would like you to do if you're willing. If you are the head of a newsletter or a Facebook group or even just some type of what's that, Jay?
President of a country. If you are in charge of a group of people in any way, look, we've been paying Facebook for a crowd, and we don't want to pay Facebook anymore. If we can share the goodness with you out there, we would like you to send us an email at Stephen@onedoorstudios.com. That's STEPHEN at onedoorstudios.com, and let us know if you would like to share a group with us so we can get the word out there about this raise and get us across the finish line. Additionally, we have...
and they don't have to be the head of the group, or even in charge of the newsletter. If they just get a newsletter every once in a while so they realize, oh, there are newsletters every month or every quarter or whatever. Then, or if the group is just any size and so you have email lists, we can send you something that, when you're comfortable with what the message says, you can send it out to your peeps and make a little extra money for your club or organization and really benefit us as well. This is really awkward to have the marketplace the way it is at the moment.
Yeah, the marketing, Facebook and all these online platforms, everything's just so unstable right now with how the marketing works. And there's also so many bots that click on ads, which you pay for it every time a bot clicks on an ad, even though it's not even a real person. So we actually have one more thing. We also mentioned a few weeks ago, the referral program. So if you're already an investor and you want to increase your perk level, the details are on the page. You can go to onedoorstudios.com / or / whatever it is, referral, REFERRAL. And all the details are there on that page, where if you share a friend that can also invest, if they invest the same amount you did, then your perk level will be bumped up. And anyway, details are on that page. So check that out as well. So that's number one. Number two is writer update.
No. The writer update.
The writer update.
So we've been busy. We've been busy on that for the last over the weekend and yesterday and most of today for me. So we are speaking with the writer. We're I like to say arm wrestling with the agent, but that sounds a little too oppositional. But we're working back and forth at this point. And thumb wrestle. There's this writer is also a director. household name. You'll be very excited if in fact we wrestle this one to the ground. And we're going back in the morning with a new counter to their offer to us, and but it looks good. This is where we want to be. Of course, it takes us kind of back and forth before we finally land one. So that's all good news. Actually, we want to be, in fact, with interested parties and moving forward and in negotiations, and that's where we find ourselves. And it's early in the week, for heaven's sakes. So we're looking for good news. We missed our deadline, writer deadline, as September, so we're about not a week quite over the line. And
but since this writer is a director also,
right?
Then we would actually, if we get this particular writer director, then we would actually be ahead of schedule.
We will. Exactly. It'll put us ahead of schedule and in a really, really strong position. This writer director only does studio projects and is really strong.
I would bet $1,000 that every single person watching this update has seen the movies that this person has.
Oh, I would bet more than that.
Yeah.
More than 100%? How could that be? Jason.
How can it be?
Yeah. So we're pumped.
So in the end, what has Facebook done to our raise? It has caused us to call on our community of investors, you guys, to kind of step up to the table with us and help us bring this raise across the finish line. And so that's what we need today is just forget Facebook. Let's forget about Facebook, forget about social media, and let's get this team working together as this well-oiled unit. And So if you have people that you haven't shared the investment with, share it with them. You can go to the referral program, wonderstudios.com/referral, or if you have a newsletter or club or something. Give us that was our kind of a emergency update for this week. We'll also see you again at the end of this week. The next video you're going to see is also, we recorded last week a really in-depth business video for those who really want to know how in the world do we do the distribution contracts and collateralize this projects to get the bank funding. And that is it's a pretty long video, but for those
my favorite update by far.
Yeah, if you love business and you love numbers, then it's going to be a really great video. And so keep an eye out for that, maybe Thursday or Friday this week. And we will see you then. Yeah.
Or if they just suffer a little from insomnia and
need a little something to go to bed on.
That's right.
If it's 3 a.m. and you can't sleep, you can business with John Lee Jr.
I'm feeling sleepy just thinking about it.
All right. It was great. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you guys later. Have a great week.
Thanks, Dan.